Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Jeff Cockrell. I'm a Dale Carnegie Master Trainer, Certified High Performance Coach, and founder of Veteran Academy, where we help veterans break the code on success in the civilian world and then help equip them for that mission. And welcome to day 3 of our 60-day Dale Carnegie Challenge, where we identify and look at one principle from Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, or from his book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. How do we work and deal with people better? How do we deal with stress more effectively? So that's really what this is about. So welcome to day 3, where we talk about principle number 3, and I believe this is the most challenging principle in the entire How to Win Friends book. I remember I was standing in front of my boss when I was on an aircraft carrier, and I said, "How am I doing?" He said, "You're doing a great job. There were a lot of problems when you went down there, but you solved them all." And I said, "Wow, I appreciate that, but I have a lot of really good people that work for me." And he said, "That is true, but they were all there before you got there." For the first time I realized, oh my gosh, my leadership makes a difference. How I interact with people changes things. And as I thought about it, what happened was my goal was to get them to want to do them. My goal was to employ principle number 3, which is to arouse in the other person an eager want. Now I had a whole division of individuals that I had to make them want to do the job well. And I got almost all of them. I think there was one that was actually kind of a problem child, but ended up moving him to another division and eventually out of the Navy. And it's funny because I failed with this guy. But the rest of the division, I was able to arouse an eager want in them to do the work. Now our job was to make fresh water. And when I took over, they were bottom performers. And it wasn't that they didn't have the capability, but they'd had a series of division officers who were trying to force them to do it. You know, we've heard carrot and stick. They were a lot of stick. And when I took over, I met with the senior leadership in my division, which was actually fairly junior, relatively speaking. And I said, look, I'm not a technical expert. My job is not to tell you how to do your job. My job is to help you do it well and to make it as easy as possible for you to do it well. If you'll keep me informed, then I'll keep my boss informed. And that'll keep my boss off of my back, and as a result, I won't be on yours. And I think it'll work for everybody. So you tell me what it is you need, and I will do the very best that I can to make that happen. And what's interesting is, yeah, they tested me a few times, but as they realized I really was trying to help them, I had their back. That if they screwed up, my boss or the commanding officer or the executive officer was not going to come down on them. I would come down on them. And my boss or the CO or the XO would come down on me because they're my group. They're my folks, my job. And as they began to realize I had their back, their performance began to improve. By the time I left, they were one of the top performing divisions on the ship. And like my boss had said, you know, there were a lot of problems when you went down there, but you solved them all. I didn't solve them. I let them solve them. And I aroused an eager want in them to solve them. And so that, I believe, is, you know, it wasn't just one principle. It was a whole bunch of stuff that I had to do. But if we think about this principle today, this really is an understanding of what it takes to be a leader. We have to be intentional about it, and we have to know what it is we're trying to accomplish. And so today, here's the 3 strategies that we might employ. Number 1 is take some time to dream with someone. Sit down, find out what it is they want. This may be one of the coworkers, maybe a team member, maybe a family member, but just find out what it is that they want. And just encourage them. Just let them dream. Let them elaborate on that. A second one is to find out what somebody wants. Not necessarily the big dream, but what are they trying to accomplish next? And then offer to provide some help and see how you can help them accomplish that. A third option is when someone talks about something that they want, is to ask them why they want it. Just really kind of get them connected to the reason why they want to do this. And then continue to reinforce that as you work with them. And see what happens. This one is one of those longer term principles, but by making one of these steps today, we can actually begin taking that first step to begin arousing an eager want in someone else. So I look forward to hearing how this goes today, and I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, knock 'em alive.